All right, Bentley and I are taking our walk, and I figured I'd come on here and talk to you all about graduating phases in your fitness. I've had a couple of questions from clients about, hey coach, when am I going to be ready to do X, Y, and Z, right? When will I be ready to start accurately weighing and measuring food? When will I be ready to pick up the pace in terms of my resistance training? And so I just wanted to speak to that today about how you know, or how we'll both know when you are ready to graduate phases. I think there are a couple of things that are super important for us to focus on. One is your adherence to the existing strategy. If you have not demonstrated that the existing strategy is something that you can adhere to with fidelity, if you have not demonstrated that simply logging your food, right, or taking photos of your food or writing me a note about your food is something that you can do every day, even Saturday and Sunday, then I can't trust you to accurately measure anything. If you have not demonstrated that on a 3-day program, you can take yourself to your gym or your training environment and apply the strategy of pushing yourself toward a 7 out of 10 in terms of difficulty during that resistance training session, I can't give you more training. So part of the majority of your readiness to graduate phases is going to be your demonstration of the existing strategy and your adherence to the existing strategy. To a certain degree, as we create a plan, the plan is designed to work until it's time for a new plan. The plan is designed to create fat loss. The plan is designed to create muscular adaptation for at least the next 12 weeks. But if we're struggling to adhere to the plan or struggling to get started on the plan in the first place, then what we need to be discussing is how to increase your adherence and how to make the plan something that feels like is good enough for you to stick with, okay? This is why we don't start with super deep calorie deficits. This is why we don't start with HIIT training. This is why we don't start with running. This is why we start with things that should feel very easy, very low lift, but as we start to try to implement them every day, can show us where there are some holes in our adherence. So step one, how do we know when you're able to graduate phases is going to be your adherence to the plan, okay? Step two, after you have demonstrated your adherence to the current strategy, has the strategy produced all that we have intended for the strategy to produce, okay? For example, we have a current approach to your nutrition, which is logging food, trying to increase the amount of protein that you consume, and getting you up, moving, hitting your step goal every day. Are you doing those things? Have those things happened? Okay. Maybe where we are in terms of your individual strategy is we are in a 250 calorie deficit, and that should be producing something like 4 pounds of fat loss every month. Okay. Are we on track with those things? Have those things happened? Okay. If those things have not yet demonstrated that they've happened, we have a choice. Can we try to milk the rest of what we believe should be coming from this current strategy? Or should we shift gears? Okay. And that's a conversation that we'll have in our one-on-one calls. And then finally is psychologically. Psychologically, where is your mindset when it comes to graduating to the next layer, the next level? Excuse me, I got a raindrop on the screen. Okay, I think that's not better, but here we are. How do you psychologically feel about graduating to the next stage? Okay. Psychologically is what's on your plate at work, what's going on with your family, how does your body feel, how does your mindset feel, thinking about, is now the right time, do we have vacation coming up, or fill in the blank. Psychologically, are you in it to graduate to the next phase? Are you in it for me to give you new instruction, and for that instruction to be something that we can demonstrate mastery of within the next 12-ish weeks, okay? So psychologically, right now might be a decent time to be thinking about, okay, Where am I, especially as we close out the end of this beginning of the year challenge, okay? Where am I? Did I do what I wanted to do? Do I want to try to do more? Am I ready to do more? And most importantly, did I adhere to what we had agreed to, what Coach and I had agreed to doing? Did I stick to and uphold my end of the bargain? And so that's how we start to slate out the next phase of your fat loss, right? And we do this for as many times as necessary to reach your goal. And just like we've talked about in recent times, there are phases to fat loss, right? There are phases to your body changing. There are phases to your psychology changing. And as we work through the changes in your body and the changes in your psychology, we might find ourselves more and more ready over time to take on more and more responsibility when it comes to our fitness. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to learn whether or not I can trust you with, okay? So this week, make it a great one. I hope this video was helpful for you as you think about what's coming up next, okay? Fitness is forever. We talk about this all the time. There's no way out of fitness. There's no end of your fitness journey. Fitness is forever, okay? So as we end this challenge, I want you thinking about the next stage of your forever, right? Just as our relationships grow and transform, and just like our children grow and change, so will we on our fitness journey. And so have you grown? And do you want to continue growing? And if so, how can I trust you to continue growing? Okay. And how can your body trust you to continue applying the strategies of growth? All right. I hope this was helpful for you. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.